Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Backseat Driver. Here's John and I'm Julian, and today we are going to talk about car license. Should you still take the Class 3 manual license, or should you just go for the 3A automatic license?
Yeah.
Yours is a manual one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think most of us had manual in the past. I don't know if the current generation they are still very keen on manual.
I don't think so, because most of the people who are much younger than us, when I ask them, they just go for the 3A license.
I do know of some who are relatively young. They're still quite keen on Class 3. But I think they tend to compare it sort of like, how should I put it? Maybe like a short-term comparison sort of thing. Because I say short-term because they're more concerned about the price.
Oh, huh?
Yeah, apparently if you take a manual license in Singapore now, it's slightly more expensive if
really?
you take that compared to an auto license. Because I think you probably need like 18 to 20 lessons for automatic license, but most people will probably take 25 lessons for manual.
Oh,
yeah.
is it?
So I don't know. I can't even remember, but I mean,
I took like 14 lessons.
Yeah, I thought it was thereabouts, but apparently it's like maybe 25 for really like people who really can't drive properly and need a longer time to learn. But on average, apparently that's.
I heard another myth that people who only have automatic license have higher insurance premiums because supposedly they don't know how to drive. But I've checked with a broker and he said there's no such thing.
Oh, okay. But here's a fun fact, right? I actually did check with one of the driving instructors from and he actually said that automatic license, or rather people who go for automatic license, they actually have harder time to pass.
Huh?
Yeah, the testers are actually more strict with automatic license drivers.
Oh, okay.
Compared to manual ones, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose the manual ones you get penalized if your car rolls back, if you don't check blind spot or stuff like that,
Okay, but you drive a manual car. Why do you drive a manual car?
I drive a manual car so that I won't fall asleep, I guess.
Okay, are there any other advantages? Because from my perspective, I have a Class 3 license, but for the past 10, 12 years, I've been driving an automatic car, and I don't see myself going back to a manual transmission. So why stick with a manual transmission?
I kind of enjoy being busy when I drive, actively just shifting gears and clutching ins and outs and doing stuff. It makes me feel like I'm doing something rather than just it's boring. It feels boring.
Also having a manual transmission kind of makes driving fun, is it?
I think a lot of people wouldn't say that it's fun because it's not fun when you're being caught in a traffic jam. You know what I mean? So I can't say it's completely fun. I think a lot of people will probably say it's fun, and I think
Is
a lot
it
of
satisfying or something like that.
Satisfying. I think that's the I think that's the word, because I really hate to drive my car when I'm caught in a jam.
Okay.
It's very painful. My clutch is very heavy, so my legs get tired very fast, very quickly. It's very nice when I shift down to the correct gear before making a turn.
Also,
if I downshift accurately, if I bleep it nicely, it's just so satisfying. Everything you do is just very smooth, very soon.
So you like rev matching?
Yeah, I think I enjoy that. I think you have manual cars right now that actually do that for you. Yeah, there's a computerized system that can actually blip for you.
Is there a car available in Singapore that does that?
Yeah, I think the Hyundai i30N does it. Okay. I think the new Civic, or not really new, but the FK8 does it for you as well. The Civic Type R does it for you. There's a system that actually blips for you.
Okay.
So, and you don't even have to do anything, and it's very accurate and it sounds very good. It's also very satisfying. Yeah, but I think you're right. I think satisfaction is spot on. I think the word is spot on.
So it's like a mini computer game achievement every time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Something like that. I like to do it with my daughter behind, because she bangs her head on the window. She bangs her head on a chair and stuff. Baby seat. That makes me very happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I gotta say this. I think it's not there's nothing wrong with driving an automatic transmission car. Obviously, I think most of us drive an automatic car. But I think I can't agree with those who drive a manual car who say that, you know what, only real drivers and men drive cars with 3 pedals. I find that very demeaning and I find that very embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard for you to verbalize.
Yeah. I can't even say it out. But I think most of the time they mean it as a joke, obviously. But of course, when guys get together and a group of guys driving manual transmission car and you just listen to them talk, it sort of makes you feel a little embarrassed that you are also driving a manual transmission car. I don't completely agree with them. I think automatic cars, there are dual clutch automatic cars out there that can shift gears probably faster than them shifting. Unless you're a pro race car driver, of course. But if not, I think the shifts from a DSG would probably be quicker than, a manual car.
Even in F1, the shifts is just here. There's no clutch.
Yeah.
Technology has kind of moved.
Yes,
ahead.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. But what about you? Do you think people should go for class 3 or class 3A?
I went for class 3.
Okay.
I don't know how many, 12, 13 years ago. I've not driven a manual car on a regular basis since I got my license. Because if you're a point A to B guy, you have to go out of your way actually to get a manual car. On Sgcarmart, on all our listings, most of the passenger cars are automatic.
Yeah.
And if you want a manual car, they're actually sports cars. The Type R, the Hyundai i30N, those.
But the sweet spot is still,
Okay, yeah, but so that's maybe the cheapest manual car you can find today, brand new. Maybe 10 years ago, there were manual variants of like the Avante, I think, and the Altis, and they were slightly cheaper than the automatic cars. But today, you can't find a manual Altis or.
I think there's a reason for that. There's a reason why there aren't a lot of manual cars on sale from authorized dealers or even PIs actually.
Demand. I think it's demand.
Yeah, it's really just demand. I think it's a simple fact that not a lot of people are actually interested in driving a manual car anymore. I think they don't see the need, which I completely understand. I think there is really no need to drive a manual car unless
you have no choice.
Unless you have no choice or you're really just an out and out enthusiast who really enjoy the car, who knows a lot about enjoying a car, not necessarily knowing about cars, but just knowing how to enjoy driving. There are still people like that around. But to me, I think I would say go for a class 3 license not because it gives you more fun or satisfaction or it makes you feel manly and blah, 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 but I think it's really because it opens more doors for you, like I said. You'll never know. You might need to drive a goods vehicle in future. You might need to. Maybe you have some cash lying around in the bank and you don't really know what to do with it. You just want to buy a vintage classic car. Who knows, right?
Yeah. I think the exact thought that I had when I was deciding between a manual or automatic license was, what if one day I needed to drive a getaway car and the getaway car was manual?
Excellent.
But it has never happened. I never needed to drive a getaway car.
See that?
Yeah. Like even if I'm in an emergency, it's easier to find an automatic car in an emergency right now than find a manual car. And I would say that last time I would think manual cars were more fuel efficient because you were able to match the RPM more efficiently than old torque converter transmissions. But I think today, CVT is, I think, is a champion of fuel savings transmission.
I guess.
But if it were up to me, if I could drive a manual car or a CVT car, I think the manual car would be more fun, not in a traffic jam, but in terms of being engaging during your drive.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Like I think you mentioned before that a manual transmission keeps you more alert also.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you drive an auto car, when you go around a bend or when you turn, it's just like that. But
Yeah, it's really just point and shoot.
Yes.
It's really just point and shoot, and it's really just like mashing the throttle and just going and don't really care about a lot of things. I think it also makes you feel like you shouldn't take your car for granted.
Yeah. Because if you don't drive your manual car properly, you can hear your clutch plates
and
screeching when
it's just
you do things wrong.
overheat and then wear and tear happens, you know. It also happens with automatic cars. If you caught everywhere you go off the lights, you just like pedal to the metal, your gearbox is gonna kaput, like, you know, sooner than you expect. So yes, I think ultimately, to me, I still think that, I think you've got a very good point. I think what you say that, you know, if people just need to get from point to point without any fuss, automatic license actually serves its purpose. I mean, there are so many cars. In fact, all the cars right now are just automatic, barring two that we talked about, GR, Yaris, as well as Swift Sport. I mean, new cars.
That we reviewed,
That we reviewed. I mean, obviously you find some old cars like the Celica and the 86 and the Type R. Apart from goods vehicle, of course, these are some that are manual, even a Mazda MX-5. But I won't get these cars as my first car, right?
Yeah.
Only car, except Type R. I mean, Type R is still a family car.
A very rich family car.
I think Type R is a family car. But I think what John said is true. I think if you're just getting a car from point to point, just pick the family up, pick the kids up or something, I think an automatic car does is automatic license will serve you very well for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and I think as a sign of the times, the driving school next to us, they have now a fleet of Nissan e-Power.
Note e-Power.
Note e-Power.
Yes, you're right. Note e-Power.
So those are like kind of hybrid-ish electric vehicles. And come 2040, when Singapore is going to make sure that all passenger cars are electric, it means that, you know, manual transmissions won't be found in those cars. You know, at most you will get pedal shifters, but all those cars will be automatic.
I think I still stand firm by saying that taking a manual license opens up a lot more doors for you. It allows you to drive all sorts of cars, except Class 4, obviously. I mean, but it allows you to drive all sorts of cars, lorries, vans, what have you, goods vehicle. You could be cool and you could drive a Toyota Hilux Invincible 2.8 liter. That's cool, right?
Okay.
You have problems parking everywhere, but I mean, you know, it's an option. It's an option. You could drive a Land Rover Defender. Right?
Yes.
You can drive a Defender 90. That's cool. Unless you've got so much money that you can blow on a new Defender, then okay, that's a different story, which is an automatic. But other than that, yeah, I think you should just go for a manual transmission car. Yeah, that's my take at least.
Yeah, I agree with you because I agree with myself. I'm a point A to B person, and yeah, it's just much easier,
I guess,
to do day-to-day things in an automatic transmission car.
Actually, I think it's about getting used to it.
Okay.
I mean, I would think that if I drive a manual and then I swap to an automatic car, it wouldn't make much difference to me. The only difference is my left leg is just used to press the brake and nothing else.
Wow, you're an F1 driver.
No, because so what happens is I've been driving manual cars for as long as I could remember. When I swap to an automatic car, I just feel that my left leg needs to be doing something.
Okay.
It happened once, and it's a true story. I was doing a road trip from South Island right through to Auckland. It was a 2-week road trip, and I was driving, what do you call that, camper van? Is it a camper van, like a huge where you sleep inside? Is that
the
what you call
RC
it?
lah.
Yeah. That one. I was driving that. That was in manual. And then for the last leg of the trip, when we were in Auckland, because I mean the RC is just too big, so we swap it out for a small van, or was it a car? I can't remember. And my left leg just went jabbing the brake pedal, thinking that it was a clutch. So everyone at the back, my friends who had coffee, just spilled everything everywhere, including the front guy. So the dashboard was all just, my hair, my back, everything was all just coffee everywhere. Yeah, and I did it very instinctively. Then of course I had to apologize, I had to clean up the car, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just very used to doing that. I'm just used to driving that way. Again, nothing manly about that. I think it's just a habit that I developed over the years. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think you should just go for a manual license.
I think if you're a point A to B guy, just go for the auto. I think even our company goods vehicles, they're all auto.
Yeah, they're all automatic now.
Yeah, so
they used to be manual, but now it's automatic.
It's not that hard to find automatic transmission goods vehicles and
right.
passenger vehicles. But manual does have its advantages. Yeah.
Not when it's traffic jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get equal workout for both legs. Automatic you only have the right leg.
No, I think it's because of the constant half clutch.
Ah.
So, and when my clutch is very heavy, half clutching it just, then after like, you go to the gym in the morning, you do leg day, then half clutch is just very painful. Actually.
Okay.
It's actually quite painful. But yes, anyway, yes, so there you have it. That is the topic for today's backseat driver. To go for a manual or automatic transmission license. I say manual.
Yeah.
John
Auto.
says auto. It's up to you to decide. I guess it really depends on what you want or what you're looking for. But yeah, your call. You decide. I think.
Yes.
Is that right to say that? Yeah, I suppose it's right to say that. So thank you very much for watching. You have been watching Backseat Driver. This is John. I'm Julian. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and like as well, and also comment in the comment box below and let us know what you think. Do you think it's better to go for a manual or an automatic license?
Or it's not manly to do auto license.
Yes, yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
That just makes me angry thinking about it.
F1 drivers, the F1 cars are auto.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, but
they gotta,
yeah, you know, it's still almost partial manual, partial if you want to
Okay.
But anyway, yes. In the meantime, stay safe, be well. Bye bye.